To understand pre-Islamic Arabia, one has to know the pagan religion in general. Paganism began in the land of Sumer. In Sumer, the water nymph goddess Semiramis infiltrated the camp of Noah's great-grandson King Nimrod. She was with him at the siege of Bactria, and through her clever strategies she got him the victory. Then she became his queen and eventually killed him and took over his throne. She also had a son named Tammuz. In the pagan world, starting from the British Isles all the way to the Far East, everyone worshipped her and her son by many different names and forms. If we can find out what these two characters were known as in Arabia, we can tell the rest of the story. Now, some of you might have heard of the three daughters of Allah they used to worship at Kaaba in Mecca. Manat, Al-Uzza, and Al-lat are their names. For a starter, they are not the daughters of any god, and in reality, they were two persons depicted as three. Furthermore, there is a direct connection between these two and Hubal, who was the main deity of Kaaba. Back in the land of Sumer, the private life of Semiramis behind the closed doors of her palace was bizarre. Being a water nymph, she couldn't relate to humans at all. She was madly in love with the king of Armenia, known as Ara the Handsome, but he ignored her advances. So she went with her army to Armenia to capture him, and in the process he was killed accidentally. Then she revealed her true self to a gardener who was very loyal to her. However, he panicked when he saw her real form, so that didn't work out as well. Meanwhile, her half-human son Tammuz grew up, and she ended up having an incestuous relationship with him. At the same time, Tammuz fell in love with another beautiful girl named Psyche. For this, Semiramis gave her a very hard time. In the ancient world, this was a well-known incident, and it was known as the hard labors of Psyche. Psyche was known as Devasena or Devayani in India. However, in the Arabian Peninsula, they called her Al-lat. Hubal, the Arabian Tammuz, was obviously her lover. That leaves us with the other two so-called daughters of Allah, namely Manat and Al-Uzza. Semiramis was Manat in Arabia. Since she was the consort of both Nimrod and her son Tammuz, who is Hubal, they depict her as the wife of Nimrod in the form of Manat and as the companion of Tammuz in the form of Al-Uzza. In India, where they color code the deities based on their origin, it is much more evident. This is the picture of Murugan, the Indian Tammuz, flanked by two women. One of them is green in color because of her aquatic origin. They call her Valli. The other one resembles a human who is the Indian Psyche known as Devayani. The green one is the Al-Uzza of the Arabians, which is none other than Semiramis, the water nymph. Her color gives it away. Now, where is Manat, the Indian Semiramis who married Nimrod? Well, here she is. This is Meenachi, meaning the fish lady, again, green in color. She is also known as Parvati. Her consort Nimrod is known as Shiva in India. So, what they called the daughters of Allah and their main deity Hubal is none other than Nimrod, Tammuz, and their consorts, just as in the rest of the pagan world. Then, where is Allah in the midst of it all? I will explain that to you in a different clip. Now, thanks for watching.